Magandang araw sa ating lahat. Ako si Rainiel D. Domingo mula sa BPED 1A and I'll be discussing about what is malware. So, malware is a short term for malicious software. It is a blanket term for viruses, worms, trojans, and other harmful computer programs. So, it means kapag blanket term, ito yung salita na isa sa isang grupo na mayroong pagkakapare-parehas or similarity sa meaning. Yung mga type ng mga malware is ginagamit ng mga hackers para i-gain or i-wreck or i-distract, magkaroon ng access sa isang sensitive na information. So, next naman na aking i-discuss ay about sa software. Ito ay, it identifies as a malware according to its intended use rather than a particular technique or technology used to build it. So, ang software is, ito yung program sa isang specific na computer system na nagpapatakbo or sa isang computer. So, next, let's proceed to the what is the difference between malware and a virus. So, when we say a virus, it is a type of a malware. All viruses are malware, but take note that not every piece of malware is a virus. So, sa madaling salita, ang salitang malware is a general word or term for different kinds of problems sa system ng computers. And while virus is a specific type of a virus harm sa computer system. So, first is, let's talk about the origin and purpose of malware. So, the term malware was used by computer scientists and a security researcher named Yisrael Raday in 1990. So, however, before he used it, the term malware is existed na. So, ibig sabihin, hindi siya yung gumamit na una ng term na malware. So, next, in the year 1971 is umusbong yung first malware or virus which is named Creeper virus in 1971 by engineer Robert Thomas. So, the first virus existed because of experiment by the BNN technology and the engineer in charge is named Robert Thomas. So, ang intention ng virus na to is to infect the mainframes of ARPANET. So, hindi intended ng virus na to na i-steal or i-delete ang mga data, but ilipat yung mga data sa ibang system without the permission while displaying the teletype that read, "I am the creeper, catch me if you can." So, later, the creeper was altered by a computer scientist named Ray Tomlinson, who added the ability to self-replicate to the virus and created the first known computer worm. In the year 1980s, the concept malware took root in the technology industry. So, yung mga first viruses and worms is nakita sa isang brand ng technology which is the Apple. And the IBM personal computers in the early 1980s. So, in the year 1990s naman, is dito na nag-introduce or introduction of the World Wide Web. So, dito na umusbong ang World Wide Web and dito na rin nagkaroon ng creation of commercial internet. Since then, malware and the security strategies nagbegan na to prevent it have only grown more complex para maiwasan na yung mga computers, mga challenges sa computer system na pwedeng maging advantage ng mga hackers. And since malware encompasses all types of malicious software including viruses and cyber criminals, there are many reasons behind it kung bakit nila ginagawa yon. So, first is tricking a victim into providing personal data for identity theft. So, kapag kapag nagkaroon sila ng access sa sa information or personal information ng isang tao, pwede nilang gamitin yung identity nun para gamitin or gamitin sa isang masama, kunwari mga mag-scam, or kung meron silang bangko, pwede nilang i-stole yung mga pera, ganon. So, stealing consumer credit card data or other financial data. Katulad din ng sinabi ko, kapag nakuha na yung personal information ng isang tao, maaaring gamitin nila ito sa masama, katulad ng pagnanakaw ng pera ng isang taong ninakawan nila ng identity. So, next, pang-third is assuming control of multiple computers to launch denial of services attack. So, it means, for example, sa technology, so, ngayong generation kasi, meron na tayong mga online bankings, ganyan. So, sa isang click lang natin, sa isang, paring ma-hack na tayo ng mga scammers or mga hackers. At ma-access nila yung mga personal data natin. So, fourth is infecting computers and using them to mine Bitcoin or other crypto currencies. So, it is our responsibility to protect personal information about us. Be mindful of every click and pages we join on our socials, and avoid trusting someone in online, because just like viruses, we don't have any idea what, where, or when we can be attacked.
So, dumapo naman tayo sa different types of malware. So, all malware, they have one or many general characteristics. So, number one is a disrupt computer operation. So, ito yung gumugulo sa isang computer, or ito rin ang mas nagpapabagal or mas nagpapahinto ng isang sistema. So, number two is steal data. So, ito naman yung mga nagnanakaw ng mga personal na information tungkol sa'yo. So, for example na lang sa Facebook, may mga poster na ginagaya yung mga pangalan mo, and then kinukuha lahat ng mga personal information mo, katulad na ng birthday mo, saan ka pinanganak. Yan yung tinatawag natin na steal data. So, number 3 is install additional malware. So, ito naman yung mga naghahasik ng mga mapanirang programa. Katulad na lang, for example, nag-download ka ng isang app, tapos biglang nag-lag na lang yung cellphone mo, or madami nang lumabas na kung ano-ano. So, yan yung tinatawag natin na install additional malware. Parang nagdadagdag ka lang ulit ng mga panibagong virus na hindi mo nalalaman. So, number 4 is a monitor user activity. So, dito naman monitor nila yung mga activities na ginagawa natin sa isang computer or sa gadget natin. Katulad na lang ng pag-Facebook, pag-search, lahat yan na monitor nila. So, let's proceed to the types of malware. Number 1, a virus is a common type of malware that can execute itself and spread by infecting other programs or files. So, ito naman ang isang pinaka-common na virus or malware na nag-i-spread sa other programs or files. So, for example, ang isang USB, kapag isang USB na may virus, sinaksak sa isang computer na walang virus. So, may chance na ma-infect yung computer na yon, at may punta sa mga other programs or files ang isang virus. So, number 2, a worm can self-replicate without a host program and typically spread without any human interaction or directives from the malware authors. So, ito naman ay isang uri ng malware na kusang kumakalat mula sa isang computer papunta sa ibang computer. So, for example, sa computer shop, ang isang computer or PC ay mayroong virus. So, kapag ito naman ay kinonekta niya sa ibang PC, mag-i-spread na lahat ng virus na yun nang hindi natin namamalayan. So, number 3, Trojan horse is a design to appear as a legitimate software program to gain access as system. So, ito naman ay isang virus or malware sa isang computer na nagkukunwari lamang ligtas. Pero kapag ito naman in-install mo or binuksan mo, sisirain niya ang iyong system ng computer or magnanakaw siya ng mga information tungkol sa'yo. So, for example, nag-download ka ng isang libreng laro. Pero hindi mo alam ay may virus pa lang na nagko-control sa iyong computer or nagnanakaw ng mga mahalagang information mo. So, number 4, spyware is made to collect information and data on the device and user as well as observe the user's activity without their acknowledge. So, ito naman yung palihim na nagmamanman sa mga gawain ng gumagamit at kinokolekta ang mga data tulad na ng password, browsing history, at marami pang iba. So, for example, nagpagawa ka ng cellphone mo and then yung gagawa may nilagay palang hack or tapos pagkatapos yung nagawa, ibibigay niya sa'yo and then pag uwi mo, monitor niya lahat ng mga ginagawa mo and makakakuha siya ng mga dagdag na impormasyon mula sa'yo. So, number 5, ransom is a design to infect a user system and encrypt its data. So, ito naman yung hacker na humihingi ng mga ransom kapalit ang isang sensitibong or mahalagang impormasyon galing sa'yo. So, for example, may nag-hack ng account mo at sinasabing hawak-hawak niya ang mga sensitibong impormasyon galing sa account mo. So, ang gagawin nito ay hingi ng pera or ransom galing sa'yo kapalit ng account mo. Next is 6. A rootkit is created to obtain administrator level access to the victim system. So, ito naman ay isang malware na nagtatago sa loob ng iyong computer at binibigyan niya ng lihim na pagkontrol ang hacker nang hindi mo nalalaman. So, pwede rin silang magnakaw ng mga password at personal na mga information. So, 7. A backdoor virus or remote access Trojan secretly create a backdoor into infected computer system that enables threat actor to remotely access it without alerting the user or the system security program. So, ito naman ay lumilikha ng lihim na daan or sa isang sistema na nagbibigay daan sa hacker na kontrolin ito nang hindi nalalaman ng may-ari. So, for example, ang back orifice virus, ito naman ay ginagamit upang ma-access ang Windows ng computer. Sa pamamagitan nito, maaring tignan ng hacker ang mga file or mag-install pa ng mga another virus at kontrolin ng hindi mo nalalaman. 8. Adware is used to track a user browser and download history with the intent to display pop-up or banners advertisement that lure the user into making or purchase. So, ito naman isang uri ng ads, mga ads na virus na pwedeng magdala ng virus sa iyong cellphone or computer. So, for example, maaring gumamit ng isang advertisement ng cookies upang subaybayan ang mga web page na binibisita mo or ng isang user para mas epektibo ang pag-target nila ng patalastas. Number 9, keylogger. Isa naman itong tool na kapag nagtatype ka sa cellphone mo ng kung ano-ano, masasagap nila lahat ng informasyon na galing sa'yo naman. So, for example, kapag nag-install ka ng keylogger and then pupunta ka sa bangko mo or magta-type ka sa cellphone mo, lahat ng tinatype mo is mare-record ng isang hacker at pwede nilang ma-access ang account ng biktimang yon. What is virus and what types of virus? Computer virus is a malicious code designed to spread from host to host by itself without the user's knowledge to perform malicious actions. So, ang virus ay isang klase ng malware na kumakalat sa pamamagitan ng pagkakabit ng mga files at maaari nitong sirain ang mga file or programs at pabagsakin ang mga system at magnakaw ng mga impormasyon. So, kadalasan ginagamit ito ng mga hackers. So, let's proceed to the types of virus. Number 1, resident virus. Resident viruses set up shop in your RAM and meddle with your system operation. So, ito, naninirahan to sa memory ng isang computer kaya't gumagana pa rin to kahit na alisin pa ang affected file at kahit na may antiviruses software pa ang isang computer. Number 2, multipartite virus. This virus infects the entire system. So, ito ay isang mapanganib na virus dahil kaya nitong manghawa sa buong sistema at mahirap na rin itong alisin at mabilis rin itong kumalat. Number 3, direct action. This virus targets a specific type, most commonly executable file, by replicating and infecting files. So, ito naman, tinatarget niya lang yung executable files at nagiging aktibo lamang ito tuwing binubuksan ang nahawang file at hindi rin ito nagtatago sa memory kaya mabilis lang itong maalis or hindi katulad ng resident virus. Number 4, browser hijacker. Easily detected, this virus types infects your browser and redirects you to malicious websites. So, ang browser hijacker naman, ito naman ay binabago niya sa settings ng iyong web browser at madadala ka sa mga peking website at karaniwang lumalabas dito ay ang mga pop ads at mga advertisement. Number 5, overwrite virus. Overwrite virus, like the name implies, overwrite viruses overwrite file content to infect entire folders, files, and programs. So, ito naman, binubura niya yung mga laman ng mga files kaya't hindi na ito mare-recover at maaari na rin itong sirain ng buong folders or programs. Number 6, web scripting virus. Web scripting virus, this sneaking virus disguises itself in coding or link ads, image, videos, and site codes. So, ito naman, nakahalo lamang ito sa mga coding website, ads, video na nakakahawa ang computer kapag clinic ito ng mga malicious link or nag-download ka ng mga file. Next, 7, file infector. By targeting executable file infector viruses slow down programs and damage system file when a user runs them. So, file infector naman, pinapasok nito yung mga executable file at sumisira sa ibang bahagi ng system kapag ginagamit ang affected program. Ito rin ay pinapabagal niya ang pagtakbo or mas pinapalag or bug ang isang computer. 8, network virus. Network viruses travel through network connection and replicate themselves through shared resources. So, ito naman kumakalat siya sa pamagitan ng network connection, tulad na lang ng Wi-Fi, na siya ring nahawa ng mabilis ang mga computer sa kadahilanan ng pag-shutdown nito. Number 9, boot sector virus. One of the easier virus to avoid, this virus hides out in a file on a USB drive or email attachment. So, ito naman ay isang USB or email attachment virus na kapag ito ay nalagay sa isang computer, ito na rin ay magkakaroon or mahawaan siya ng virus na siya rin ikakasira ng isang computer.
Good day to everyone, and now let's proceed to how to prevent malware. To prevent malware, it is crucial to install reputable antivirus software, keep all system and software updated, enable firewalls, avoid downloading files from untrusted sources, and exercise caution when clicking on suspicious link or attachment. So, ang pinapaliwanag po dito is yung mga hindi nating pinagkakatiwala ang mga source or mga links na kadalasan na nangyari ngayon sa mga naisisend sa Facebook or yung mga attachment na minsan nakikilik na nagkukos din ng hacking. And now, let's proceed to malware protection. Malware protection involves using up-to-date antivirus software, enabling firewalls keeping system patched to prevent infections. Users should avoid suspicious links and attachments, use strong password with multi-factor authentication, and regularly back up data. So dito naman sa malware protection is sinasabi is kung paano natin protektahan ang mga gadgets natin na magkaroon ng malware, such as hindi pagpindot ng mga iba't ibang links or mga nagpa-pop up na na-hack na application sa cellphone natin. And also kailangan updated lagi ang ating mga gadgets or kung ano man na technology ang meron sa atin. And now, let's proceed how to detect malware. Detecting malware involves monitoring system performance for slowdowns or high resource usage, running up-to-date antivirus scans, and using anti-malware tools like Malwarebytes to identify threats missed by traditional antivirus. Additionally, regular software updates help prevent future infections. So, ang ginagawa dito guys is kailangan natin magtingin ng sign kung na-infect na ba ng malware ang ating gadgets o ating mga computer. Gumamit tayo ng application or software na antivirus gaya na lamang ng Avast. Then, ang sign din na infect na ng malware ang ating computer o ang ating gadgets is bumababa na yung performance nito at masyado ng lag. Then, marami na rin nagpa-pop up ng mga notification na hindi mo naman ginagalaw or hindi mo naman ginagamit. Yun lang guys at thank you.
Now let's talk about malware removal. When viruses, spyware, ransomware, or other malware strikes, swift action is required to eliminate all trace of infection. These are the steps you need to remove all malware from your computer. First is to contact an IT professional. Some malware can be challenging to remove, and if you are not knowledge enough to remove this type of malware, you need to consider contacting an experienced professional to get rid of it, so you can also avoid erasing some important data from your computer. Next thing you can do is to disconnect from your network. If you notice a sign of malware infection blocking the internet, can prevent some advanced malware. Next, download antivirus. Downloading antivirus software defends you from known and emerging threats. And next is use a safe mode. Running your computer in safe mode can prevent malware from interfering while you remove a computer virus. Next step is to reboot your device. Malware can exist in your hard drive and in your computer memory. Rebooting your computer can offer temporary relief. However, malware may return to the memory from your hard drive. And after rebooting, you can run an virus scan. Next is clear cache. Cache on your computer is typically harmless temporary storage. In rare case, it may prevent a malware infection if your image, videos, and website data are infected. so clearing cache might be needed. Lastly, updating your browser and password. Update your browser to patch vulnerabilities that can be exploited to attack your computer. Updating also your password can prevent unauthorized users from breaching your login security to drop malware on your computer. Now, this is the malware examples. First one is I love you. Ang I love you virus o tinatawag ding love bug or love letter virus ay nagmula sa Pilipinas noong early 20s. It's a computer worm that infecting computers running the Microsoft Windows operating system. Isa itong email na may subject na I love you na may naka-attach na love letter for you. Kapag binuksan mo yung attachment, dito magsimulang kumalat ang virus. To prevent this kind of virus, you have to verify first before opening it. Kung ang attached file ay may VBS, dapat mo nang i-delete agad ang email. Next is SQL Slammer. Kilala rin itong SAPIFE worm. Ay isang computer worm na nag-umpisa noong January 2003. It affects data flow of some internet hosts and slowing down general internet traffic. To remove this virus, you can reboot the infected system, use powerful antivirus, update your software, and back up your files regularly. Next is the Conflicker. Ang Conflicker virus ay isang uri ng computer worm na mabilis kumalat sa buong mundo sa pamamagitan ng pag-export sa Microsoft Windows operating system. Kumakalat ito by network sharing, remote exploitation, at brute force attack. Dinidisable nito ang security features na nag-download ng malicious software at pagbuo ng botnet. To prevent this, you need to update your operating system, gumamit ng strong password, installing antivirus, at laging mag-clean ng removable drives. Next is the Zeus. Ang Zeus virus or kilalang Zbot ay isang uri ng Trojan horse malware na magnanakaw ng sensitibong impormasyon tulad ng login credential, bank account details, and credit card information. Kumakalat ito through emails, malicious websites, at drive-by downloads. Para maiwasan ito, huwag basta-basta magbukas ng kahinahinalang emails, gumamit ng antivirus software, mag-update ng OS at software, at gumamit ng multi-factor authentication o NFA. Next is the CryptoLocker. Ang CryptoLocker virus ay isang uri ng ransomware na nag-excript ng mga file ng biktima at saka hihingi ng ransom. Kumakalat ito gamit ng ang malicious emails, websites, drive-by downloads, at infected USB drives. Next is the Stuxnet virus. Ang Stuxnet virus ay nakilala noong June 2010. Ito ay ginawa upang sirain ang mga industrial control system, particular ang mga programmable nuclear facilities. Kumakalat ito gamit ang inflated USB drivers at network programmation. Halimbawa ng napinsala nito ay ang Iran's nuclear program na tinatanyang 1,000 centrifuge ang nasira o napinsala nito.
And now we are talking about malware trends. Malware trends refers to the evolving pattern and behaviors in malicious software development, distribution, and impacts. This trend helps cybersecurity experts anticipate threats and develop strategies to protect system and data. Some keys of malware trends include ransomware evolution, which is increasingly sophisticated ransomware attack that encrypt files and demand payment. Double extortion, where attackers threaten to leak data, is also on the rises. Second one is AI-powered malware. Cybercriminals are using AI to make malware smarter, more adaptive, and harder to detect. Another here is fileless malware, which is malware that reside in memory rather than on hard drive, making it difficult for traditional antivirus solution to detect. Another one is supply chain attack, which is targeting trusted software vendors infiltrate many users at once, as seen in high-profile incident like SolarWinds. Another one is mobile malware, targeting smartphone and tablets, particularly through malicious apps and phishing schemes. Another here is cryptojacking, state-sponsored attack, social engineering and phishing, and cloud targeting. So that these trends highlight the needs for robust cybersecurity practices, including advanced threat detection, employee training, and regular security updates. And now we are going about malware attack on business spike. A spike in malware attack on business refers to a sudden increase in the number of severity of cyber attack using malicious software. These attacks are typically orchestrated by criminals to steal data, disrupt operation, or demand ransom. The reason for such spike can vary, including geopolitical tension, holidays when security teams might be understaffed, or the discovery of new vulnerabilities in widely used software. So ano-ano nga ba yung mga businesses targeted nito? Meron dito yung financial gain, disruption and sabotage, ransom demands, and intellectual property theft. Sa financial gain, cybercriminals often target businesses to steal sensitive data that can be sold on the dark web. Sa disruption and sabotage naman, meron dito yung competitors or nation-state actors may attempt to disrupt operation or damage a company reputation. Sa ransom demand naman is ransomware attack where data is encrypted until a ransom is paid are increasingly common. So habang tumatagal nag-i-increasing siya yung ransom niya. So another one is intellectual property theft, which is the companies with valuable intellectual properties like tech, firm, and pharmaceutical companies are prime target. By understanding the risks and implementing the robust cybersecurity measure, businesses can be better protect themselves from the increasingly sophisticated threats.
Crypto mining attacks decline. The Malwarebytes Labs report has seen a shift away from crypto mining starting in the second quarter of 2018, due largely to the declined cryptocurrency values. Cybercriminals are turning to information stealing malware like Emotet to turn a profit. Ang crypto mining ay ang proseso ng paggamit ng mga computer resources, katulad na lamang ng CPU o GPU, upang magmina ng cryptocurrency. Ang halimbawa nito ay Bitcoin. At sa mga ataking ito, ang mga cybercriminals ay nag-i-install ng malware sa mga device ng mga tao na hindi nila alam upang gamitin ang kanilang resources sa pagmimina ng cryptocurrency. Kapag sinabing decline, ibig sabihin ay bumaba ang mga insidente ng ganitong uri ng atake na maaaring magpahiwatig ng pagbubuti sa seguridad o mas epektibong mga hakbang na pinatupad upang pigilan ang mga ganitong klaseng cyber attack. Ransomware becoming more target. Ransomware detections actually declined by 26% worldwide in 2018 according to the Malwarebytes report. Industries most often target were consulting, education, manufacturing, and retail. Ang ransomware ay isang uri ng malware na naglalayong makuha ang akses ng mga sistema ng mga kumpanya, organisasyon, o individual. Ang mga attacker ay gumagamit ng mas sophisticated na mga pamamaraan tulad ng phishing, kung saan sinisigurado nilang makuha ang impormasyon ng mga key personnel sa loob ng isang kumpanya. Pagkatapos ay doon nila i-encrypt ang kanilang mga files o sistema upang humingi ng ransom o bayad kapalit ng pagdidecrypt nito.